Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of How to Reach 2000. We get the white pieces, let's play e4. I think I'll play e4 until I reach 1600 and after that I'll play my actual openings. I've seen one of the comments asking me to play the Vienna, so I'm gonna play knight to c3. I know no theory by the way, so I don't even know what to do now. Surely this is one of the moves. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do after this. I think if they take, I'm gonna just develop, try to get this pawn back. Okay, I guess you should just play the Vienna Gambit and these guys are just gonna self-destruct. I feel like that's a huge mistake. Don't I just have this? d4, bishop to d6, because any other move would result in the bishop being captured. And after the bishop goes to d6, I have e5, which is a fork of the knight and the bishop. So if one of the pieces will move away, I'm gonna take the other one. But they have this move, queen to e7. If they play queen to e7, then I can just block the pin, and am I not just winning a piece? They don't have any moves with this bishop. I mean, this is the move that's not immediately losing the bishop. The thing that I have to calculate is which way do I want to block the pin? Do I want to use my queen to block the pin, or do I want the bishop or the knight to block the pin? I think using the queen is also good. In fact, I kind of like that because then I might even get a queen trade. But the downside is I'm creating this alignment issue and they can try to castle and bring a rook to the e8 square. Okay, play this. I don't see anything wrong with this. Like, no matter what I play, I'm gonna stop this pin so I can just take one of the pieces. Currently I cannot take because if I take then my king would be hanging. So if I play here, what do they have? Literally nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this. They go for this idea. They're trying to pin my knight, but I can just take this knight. If they want to damage my structure, I don't care. That's not even that bad for me. I'm gonna take with the bishop if they want to trade queens. And actually, they don't really have a choice, so they had to trade queens. Now they have a trash structure. I'm gonna snack on these pawns once I get my rook to the f-file. Let's see a way to do that. I do like this idea to try and castle and then play this. I can blockade the pawns or I can try to snack on them. I can also play bishop to d3, but I really like playing knight to f3 because I'm gonna get my king castled. That's also gonna activate my rook down the f-file. I'm gonna eventually move this bishop, and I'm just gonna have a really nice position. Okay, they're trying to open up their bishop, but I don't care. I'm developing my bishop to a more active square. It has pressure there. My idea is to move my knight. I can try to get tempo on the rook, and then try to challenge the open file. Also, I can just play knight here, and that looks really good for me. I have the bishop pair, so pretty nice. What if I play this first? Is that any better? If they take, I take with the rook. I feel like that's favorable for me. I'm gonna do it. If they just drop back, then I don't care. I'm just gonna play something like this. What if we attack this rook, and after that we play this move? Then this pawn cannot be... Oh wait, it can be defended. They can play this. That still looks like a really good position because I can try to get my knight to f5. The idea is I'm not trying to, be like, oh, they're not going to see the threat on the rook, so I'm just going to take. My idea is I'm taking away some squares from this king, and also I have ideas of bringing my knight, and this rook can also join the party. It's a really nice position. So let's try this. Idea is to bring my knight, and also I can try to take this guy. Knight to d7 is the only move that defends the pawn. Well, that doesn't defend the pawn, so that was one of the ideas of playing knight to h4. Let's take with the knight because I don't really want to give up this bishop, no? It's a good attacking piece. Well, I feel like this position is dead lost because I have this. Now, he's going to have a bunch of issues. I think he's going to have to sacrifice an exchange. This is the only move with the king? Yeah, he has to sacrifice an exchange. And I'm wondering if I should even take the exchange. I probably should, and I'm going to do it. Now I'm threatening to win this pawn. Okay, they take the right way. If they took with the f pawn, then it was more dangerous because I had rook to f1, trying to get some mating ideas. Now they're threatening to play this and trap my bishop. So let's take a free pawn and also create a way for the bishop, so we're not hanging the bishop. We can go rook to the 7th, and also we can try rook to f1. I like both options. Which one do I like more? I mean, both of them look irresistible. I feel like this cannot be that bad. I can obviously play rook to f1 or this, it doesn't really matter. They're stuck defending this pawn. Let's go after the other pawn. If they push, their king is permanently stuck here, so that's a bad thing. Now I have ideas of doing this. That looks like a kid is playing, but trust me, this is an actual plan. I can also try this. It's probably faster, isn't it? How do I get a checkmate? Hear me out. Here, 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 here. What a checkmate, right? I mean, that has to be winning. King barely has any moves. I'm gonna go here. What even is this knight doing? I literally don't care. I'm gonna go with my plan. It looks stupid, but trust me, it's the way you create checkmating ideas. You look for formations that you can make with your pieces that will allow you to checkmate your opponent, and now the king has no moves, so this is gonna be a checkmate. The way how you try to make mating ideas work is you look for a formation of your pieces that will result in the opponent's king being checkmated. What I saw was if I had a bishop here defended by my rook, and if I take away the h7 square, then this king is very stuck. So I was trying to get my rook in and try and checkmate them. It's like a slightly complicated ladder mate idea. My opponent resigned because he saw that mate in 1 was unstoppable. Let's look at the game review. I played at 97.7 accuracy. I am impressed by myself. I did not really feel like I played that well, but okay. Right. 4, 5. This is the Vienna Gambit. They play bishop to d6, which is a mistake because I have a 4 sequence that wins a piece for a pawn. I actually didn't see the idea of winning the piece straight away, but after they took, I did notice the fact that I could try to play d4 and then e5 and try to fork their pieces. So I did play this. I went for queen to e7, pinning my pawn, so I cannot take because my king would hang. Therefore I play queen to e2. My idea was, at least I'm gonna try to get a queen trade. They played bishop to b4. They should have castled so that they could at least avoid a queen trade, but now I can take and they don't have a way to avoid the queen trade. I am up a knight in this position, so a queen trade obviously favors me. I take the bishop, we get the trade, and we develop our knight. Apparently this was better, but what even is the idea? Like to go like this? I don't even know. I castle immediately because otherwise they can play rook to e8 and it's kind of annoying for me to move my bishop. If I castle then my bishop is gonna hang and it's very unpleasant. So I decided to castle first, so now if they play rook to e8, I can just play bishop to d3 and I'm completely fine. d5 is played, opening up their bishop. I play bishop to d3 because this is a very nice diagonal for my bishop and I'm preventing them from playing bishop to f5. You don't want to trade too many pieces because if you want to be efficient at converting your game, you can also go for like a checkmating idea. You have an extra bishop and your opponent's king is very weak, so you might as well try to get like an attack going. I played h3. I probably shouldn't have done that. My idea was if they take, then I can just take with a rook and I have these 2 bishops that can quickly swarm this king. They make the right choice by playing bishop to e6, saving the bishop. First of all, they're down material and also the trade favors me a lot because they have less defenders. I play bishop to h6, controlling some squares around the king and also kicking away this rook. My idea is to bring this rook somewhere and make it more active. Rook to b1 is also an idea. I can try to put pressure on the b7 pawn, but I did not see that in the game. I was more focused at trying to checkmate the king. Rook to d8 is a weird move. I mean, the engine says it's the best move, but personally I would have played rook to e8 because the e file is an open file. I'm controlling the square, so if I wanted to I can go here. And they played f5, just giving up the pawn. Knight to d7 was the only move that saved the pawn on f6, but they did not see that. I just take the free pawn on f5 and I take with a rook. The idea is I want to give this check, which is actually very dangerous for the black position. And then I have some series of checks that can potentially win an exchange. That would be like a devastating thing for the black position. So they played rook to d6, apparently it was the best move. But now I go for this check because I actually noticed the fact that they're going to lose this rook for one of my bishops. They decided to lose the rook for my light squared bishop. So I just decided to take. They take with the h-pawn, which is the best move. Now they might have ideas of this. In the game I actually thought my bishop was getting trapped, but I had this f8 square, but I decided I would just take this pawn and also have some room for this bishop. They played knight to c6, developing a piece. Rook to d7, putting pressure. They play this ugly move. I played rook to f1. The idea is I'm putting pressure on this pawn and I could try to rook lift to the h file. They play f5. Here I've seen a idea that would allow me to get an arrangement of pieces that results in me checkmating the black king. So what I was looking at is this king doesn't really have many moves. So if I play a move like bishop to g7, this king only has one move. But I don't really want the king to go there, because if I go up, then they can play g5 and I'm not playing this, and they're creating an extra square for the king. That's going to make the checkmating process a little bit harder. So what I decided I would do is I would leave the king stuck on the back rank and I would go for this rook lift idea. Also, the bishop here prevents a move like g5 because I can just take with a bishop and I could try to come back over here and open up my h-file and try to checkmate somehow. Anyways, they played knight to a5 and I played rook to h4. They played knight to c4. I mean, it's a nice move, you know. The knight is on an outpost, but it's too late. I can just play bishop to g7, and in this position they decided they would resign, because no matter what they do, I can simply play rook to h8 and it's checkmate. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.